Hey, how do you feel when you hear these words? Maybe notice your body, maybe notice any reaction. Disruption, unexpected shifts, abrupt changes, breakdowns, earthquakes. How's that feel? Well, when you look through the lens of evolution and transformation, these are good words. And they're also connected to this full moon in Leo happening on February 12th. I had to look at I'm like, what month is it, right? February 12th at 5:53 a.m. Pacific time. So we're going to be looking at the full moon in Leo and seeing what's being illuminated for you. My senses, my intuitive senses, we're all going to be shown where we stepped out of the spotlight of our own lives, our own potential, our own creativity. And we're going to be called back to that in unexpected ways. And it's all about following your heart. It's all about the heart. Your heart desires. So I'm Victoria. I'll be your soul guide for this exploration of the full moon in Leo. Thanks for joining me. And let me know where you're viewing from and how you're doing with these intense transformational, I don't even know what to call it anymore. I say transformational waters. We're just in very, historic transformational times. And this is where the symbolic language of astrology can help support, navigate the unfolding for us individually and collectively. So where is this full moon happening in your chart? It is at 24 degrees. So the sun is at 24 degrees of Aquarius and the moon is at 24 degrees of Leo. This is what we call an opposition in astrology. This is why we get to see the full moon if it's a clear night, because the sun is illuminating the moon's surface. And it symbolically is what a full moon does. It illuminates, it reveals what needs to be healed, shows us, I think, what's in the way of our way, and brings to the surface everything that we need to address, that maybe whatever intention you set with the last new moon or the new moon cycle 6 months ago when the new moon was in Leo on, I think it was August 4th. What did you set intention for? Well, this full moons are culmination points, but they're also checkpoints. Like, were you able to fulfill the desire of your heart back then? Think about back to what was going on for you in August of 2024. And now we see what surfaces is our beliefs that are blocking us, anything that's preventing that desire for being fulfilled and being fulfilled. So where do you need to step up to star in your own unfolding story? I really love that reference. I heard it in a movie a long time ago, and where a character was saying to the woman, why are you're like playing the co-star in your own movie when you're the leading lady. So we're being called to be the leaders of our potential, of our creativity, of our heart's desires. You with me? Who's feeling me? Okay. So really it's an awakening time because we're still in Aquarius season, and in this opposition, this full moon, it's both the emotions, the intuitive feeling of the moon, the feminine expression, opposite the sun, which is the ego, it's masculine. It is our vitality and it's ego really. and so they're in opposition. And another way of thinking of opposition is the sun is like in Aquarius, I want you to do it this unique way, an innovative way. I want you to serve community, and I want you to think outside the box and be innovative. And then moon in Leo is like, but I need to follow my heart. I want to, Leo is all about joy and self-expression and creativity. And yeah, there's the Leo that loves the spotlight. It wants to be seen. So there's this kind of tug of war, right? And so how we work with full moons is integrating both. What does the sun in Aquarius need? What does the moon in Leo desire? And we have other aspects going on that really makes this a very innovative, very I'm going to say it over and over again, a time of awakening, a time of rebirth. We have Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, making an aspect, a square. So there's a T square. So squares, T squares, they're considered hard aspects, but really I think of them as action aspects. Something has to happen here, and you may be, pushed to make that happen. You may be displaced or something unexpected happens, but always remember this. I remember a teacher of mine said this, whatever shows up is an answer to prayer. Doesn't always feel that way, does it? But then we need to remember what the prayer was or what the intention was. And say you set an intention with the new moon 6 months ago, and you've been stuck all this time. This week in particular, leading up to the full moon, and the full moon, the culmination point, really is, has the potential to shake you free, to break you free. We may have a few breakdowns before we break through, but we're on our way to evolving to the next level of potential. With the backdrop of all this transformation going on in our world, of course, I'm in the US, so there's a lot going on, right? And so think about this, that we are the microcosms of the macrocosm. So whenever you see all the turbulence going on, and the government in particular, and you're getting triggered, that's all of our work. Follow that trigger to where it's connected to a wound, a negative belief, a stuck place in you that hasn't been healed. This full moon wants to illuminate all of those limited places, all the conditioning that we've been hiding underneath. And now we're waking up to, this isn't working, right? It's not working. So I believe we're all being called individually to flex our courage muscles, to listen to the calls of our soul, and to let our heart guide us forward. And the word courage is connected to heart, and I can't remember the breakdown of it, but to really flex your empowered, courageous heart towards the actions that fulfill the desires of your heart. So it's important to look at where you've been hiding, and also, maybe you've had some anxiety, feeling anxious, right? There's a lot going on to stir things up. But anxiety or fear or wanting to hide also is your old beliefs blocking your light, telling you you're not prepared, not ready, not good enough, all that stuff. This full moon in Leo wants to shine through all of that, diminish the negative core beliefs, and stand up with your courage and empowered beliefs to get you where you want to go and what you desire. So what is blocking your light and your soul expression? Do you allow yourself to bring, as Jung would say, the unconscious to consciousness through creativity? This is a really important part of this full moon in Leo. I always think about Leo connected to inner child. So what did you want to do when you were a kid? Or what did you love when you were a kid? What brought you joy? Or what did you dream of being when you were a kid? Think about that. Think about something you desired that you were denied and told, either directly or indirectly, that's not for you. When inside your soul is screaming, that is for me. It is. And so you let yourself and your heart desires and your soul knowing go dim, right? Let this full moon in Leo turn that light back on. Ignite that potential. Ignite your desire. Ignite your worthiness. Leo, I always think about Leo connected to the queen. I work mostly with women. So the queen, being the queen of your own soul, being the queen of your own life. So, okay. So what's blocking your light and your expression? Now, there's a few things I'd say. One, for some reason you got a message it wasn't safe to be you, authentically you, safe to have your needs, safe to raise your hand and say, that's for me. I want that. I want to do that. So it's about doing some healing for your inner child, repairing, restoring, and reclaiming your soul potential, right? So, and being the courageous champion of your potential, your inner child or your potential, that artist in you that wants to paint a picture, that singer in you that wants to sing, even though there's a part of you that's told you you're not a singer because you don't sound like other people. You're not supposed to sound like other people. You're supposed to sound like you. You're not supposed to paint a picture like other people. You're supposed to paint a picture that reveals more of you. And this is what's calling to us, right? So do you let yourself play with creativity? Do you let yourself play? Do you let yourself follow your joy? Do you let yourself cultivate your joy? Do you let yourself decide what's best for you based on what brings you joy? These are all themes of this Leo full moon. Now, there's another aspect here. Ceres is conjunct the sun and Mercury. And this feels like a couple of things. It's bringing the nurturing element. You know, I call myself the soul nurturer because, well, first of all, I have Ceres conjunct the sun and my North Node's in Cancer. And I love helping people reclaim their soul potential that's buried underneath all the years of conditioning and negative core beliefs and experiences where they gave up. So I help people reclaim that and ignite it and follow the purpose or cultivate the purpose or understand what their purpose is, and plug back into where they're needed, right? And if that's you, I would invite you to go in the description box and request a 20-minute free session with me. Or if you feel called, book yourself a full session. You're worthy. Claim your Leo energy of worthiness. Now, you may be saying, I'm not a Leo. Well, Leo, all of us have every sign somewhere in our chart. It's like we're just this, what's the word I'm thinking of? Is it kaleidoscope? Maybe. But we all have these different elements. Some lead with it. Some are a sun Leo or a moon in Leo, like me, or a Leo rising. But you have a Leo house in your chart, and you have the sun that is connected to Leo in your chart. And those two, wherever that house is and wherever the sun is, speak to the potential of Leo for you. Okay, so Ceres is the mythology of Ceres is she's the mother of Persephone, and so we do think about this nurturing and harvest and food and nourishment. But I always remember that this is a grief story. This mother lost her daughter and then had to reclaim her, and then had to negotiate being with her 6 months out of the year. So I feel like with Ceres in this picture, that there is a potential for grief stirring related to missing a big part of who you are, missing a big part of what you thought you would do and you didn't do, missing part of your soul expression. So give yourself space to feel your feelings. Remember, full moons tend to pull our emotions to the surface for cleansing and for releasing, but also to reveal what needs to be healed. And so just allow. My new saying I've been saying to clients is, don't force, allow the grief to surface, or just journal about this. Where am I holding grief about my potential, my life, my regrets? And release yourself from that grief. Let yourself cry. And then I always remind people, you want to see the star in you, the light in you, have a really good cry. I'm not talking about just a little like weeping. Let yourself have a good cry. Put on a movie if you feel heavy ever. Watch a movie that is guaranteed to make you cry. Let yourself cry, and then go look in a mirror and see how much light is shining through you. This full moon is kind of that invitation. Clear whatever is blocking your light, and I'm telling you, a good cry will do it. So also, this is about negotiating the difficulty of letting go of what you're attached to that's not connected to your authentic path. So attachment can cause us so if we're attached to a way of being, a person, a job, or something that isn't fulfilling us, or not allowing our light to shine as bright as it can, we are dimming our light. We are agreeing to shine less brightly, to not let our soul shine in the authentic way. So look for where you're attached And this could be to a way of being. It could be to foods. It could be to the clothes you wear and how, like for me, I did my hair differently. I always wear my hair the same way because it just kind of has a mind of its own. It just wants to be long and straight. But this full moon is about letting go of attachments that keep you in a box, that keep you from being who you truly are. So let go. I would invite you to let go of a clothing item or a few things that you wear that you just, when you think about it, you think, this is so the old me, and I'm emerging a new me, and I need to release what's blocking my light. Anything like that. Or go buy something that's so, like, someone would say to you, that doesn't seem like something you'd wear, but inside your soul is just like, oh yes it is, this is who I am, because we're rebirthing authenticity all through Aquarius season, but in particular with this full moon in Leo, rebirthing you as the beautiful star that you are for your life, for your light is needed here at this time, right? Okay. So there's some themes too about where do we belong and versus individuality, a desire to belong and yet a desire to be yourself, your authentic self. So it's a desire to find where you plug in, where you don't have to unplug your light. You show up bright and in your fullness and in your, with all of your gifts. And you're welcomed there, right? Such a longing for all of us, isn't it? But here's the healing with that, and the key with that is to belong to yourself, to accept yourself, all of you, all of your perceived imperfections, your, all the things that you've held yourself back for, to really embrace all of you with absolute unconditional love. And even Leo is about loyalty, like being loyal to your own soul, your own potential, and really celebrating. I think about Leo as very much celebration and honoring. I think we've done enough with criticizing ourselves, putting ourselves down, comparing ourselves, thinking we never measure up. Not this full moon in Leo. This full moon wants you to celebrate you, all of you. And even the parts of you that, I was getting this image of vulnerability. Like I was thinking about Leo and the story, the mythology of Leo and how the constellation of Leo is created, and it's connected to Hercules fighting the lion, and Leo is connected to lion. And I in one story I remember, I didn't look it up, but it was coming as I was thinking about this full moon, that Hercules fought the lion naked. That sounds pretty scary, right? But never mind, I'm not going to go there. I was going to say all your bits and pieces hanging out, but nonetheless, the point of this story is naked. What do you think about when you hear the word naked? Vulnerable. This full moon in Leo is about a strength and vulnerability, especially in matters of love. I can remember myself, like even in my 40s, being so afraid to show who I really was in relationship, where I was fearing rejection. I had two significant losses as a child that were about abandonment, maybe more. But so that was my wound, abandonment. And so I couldn't let myself really be myself. Mix in some trauma in there too, that I was hiding to be safe, right? So this full moon, I invite you to think about where you hide in relationships, where you don't say the thing, or you hold back, or someone asks you, do you like chocolate, and you hate chocolate, but you say, yeah, oh, I love it, when really you prefer strawberry. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, think about women. Think about when you first started dating, and were you one of these? In my generation, it'd be like, oh, sure, whatever, whatever you want. I think the women, young women coming up are so empowered, and I love it. I can see them saying, no, I don't want that. But some of us still have that part where we deny our own needs so that we're loved. Ooh, I got chills on that one. Am I speaking to you? Do you deny your needs so that you meet the bigger need of being loved, even though that means you're not loving yourself, right? Because if you are loving yourself, all of you is welcomed. And you lead with that, and you shine with that, and you You don't care if somebody doesn't accept you because you love and accept yourself, okay? Feel like I'm talking to somebody. Let me know if it's you. Drop a comment. Okay. So, yeah, belonging, that access of belonging and being an individual, it is another me and the we access. Leo being all about me and taking care of your own needs and your own creative desires, and then collaborating and belonging in the Aquarius realm. Okay, so this is a time where we're being reminded of the importance of investing in your own personal desires, honoring those creative calls, whatever creativity. I know I have a huge story about creativity that I've blocked a lot because I still draw like a 7-year-old, but I have fun when I draw. It's like I don't have to be, and you don't have to be. I don't really want to say this, but I think it's the story we all hold. You don't have to be good at it. You just have to have fun with it, right? And let's let go of the good enough and say, I am enough. And because your unique light and gifting, there's no comparison, right? Okay, so investing in yourself, your self-desires, and this is how you bring your own unique light and gifts to shine other possibilities for your world and for the world we share. Okay, see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Let me know if you have any questions. I have a whole video. I'm doing this new thing. I'm all about new things right now. I've got a lot of new things coming right now, but I'm attempting to do a weekly the weekly transformational weather, because the essence of me, I'm a transformational soul guide. I'm not necessarily, I don't lead with an astrologer. I've studied enough. I love looking at soul charts, but that's not my primary role. I'm a soul guide and I'm a transformational agent on the planet. That's what I'm all about. So that's why I call it transformational weather, which is a peek at the week with the symbolic language of astrology, but what we might be feeling and how you can lean in to the opportunities for transformation. Okay. And go watch the last two videos and see what you think of that and give me some feedback. Thank you. Another new thing that's coming is it's on my heart with all that's going on in the world, and in these times of daily invitations and opportunities to shift, to heal, to transform, to evolve to higher possibility individually and collectively. I've kept praying about what can I do, what's my call here, and I want to do what I'm calling, for now, Soul Circle gatherings. These will be groups starting in March, mid-March, where I don't know the size yet. Maybe I'll limit it to 12 per group for now. We'll see. I'll do a free one probably to see who's interested, and then we're going to break into smaller groups with all the themes I have to offer you regarding soul potential, nurturing that potential, transformation, all the stuff I have been gathering, really 25 plus years. So it's like from my heart and soul to yours to help all of us navigate what is and evolve to the highest possibilities yet to be, and to offer support, So let me know if you're interested. Drop a comment about that. I will be putting up something on my website for a sign-in sheet or a sign-up to put your name on the list if you're interested as well. Okay. So, well, thank you for being with me. I hope this full moon video called you back to your potential, to shine bright. I'm not going to sing it, but I keep hearing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And just imagine me singing it to you, okay? And you sing it to your inner child. Call back that potential. Call back that beautiful energy of that young one that you were. And let her or him or they know you are a bright, shiny star. And I want to see you more in the world. And I'm going to help you. And follow the lead of that younger self. What do they want to do in terms of art or creativity or expressing? Talk to them, invite them back in. I think it's an important thing to do. So let me know what your takeaways are. Comment below. go get yourself a 20-minute free consultation, and or go to my website too and look at what I do and look at the testimonials, and book yourself a session because you're worth it. And again, drop a comment if you're interested in the soul circle gatherings coming up in March. All right, thanks so much for being with me. I really do honor your time. I'm honored by those who take the time to stop by and watch and comment. And if you stayed with me all this time, I just send so much love to you. Big hug. And I see you. And I just want to empower your soul to shine brighter. You're worth it, and we need you. All right, thanks so much for being with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. All right, bye-bye.